Imagine a man who held the fate of an empire in his hands, yet spent his nights reflecting on the nature of virtue, humility, and inner peace. This was Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of Rome. Born into privilege, Marcus could have easily indulged in the luxuries of power, but instead, he chose a different path, one of self-discipline, wisdom, and compassion. As emperor, he faced relentless challenges, wars on the empire's borders, political intrigue, personal loss, and the ever-present uncertainty of leadership. Yet, through it all, Marcus turned to philosophy, specifically Stoicism, as his guiding light. He believed that true strength came not from conquest or wealth, but from mastering oneself. In the quiet moments between battles, he wrote meditations, private notes to himself, reminding his future self to remain humble, to seek stillness amidst chaos, and to find peace even in the face of adversity. His words, never meant for public eyes, have inspired generations to look inward for resilience and clarity. Marcus Aurelius's reign was marked not just by military campaigns but by a deep commitment to justice, reason, and the well-being of his people. He showed that even in the highest seat of power, one could strive for humility and wisdom. Today, his legacy endures, reminding us that true greatness lies not in ruling others, but in ruling oneself. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, stands as a timeless symbol of wisdom and resilience. His life was filled with challenges, wars, political intrigue, personal loss, yet he found a way to remain calm and centered amidst the chaos. He reminds us of a profound truth that echoes through the centuries: you have power over your mind, not outside events. This simple statement, drawn from the heart of Stoic philosophy, is both liberating and daunting. It means that while the world around us may be unpredictable, noisy, and even hostile, our inner world is ours to shape. We cannot always control what happens to us, but we can always choose how we respond. The mind, when disciplined and understood, becomes a sanctuary, a place of peace, clarity, and strength, no matter what storms rage outside. Realize this, and you will find strength. True strength is not about overpowering others or bending the world to your will. It is about mastering yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. When you accept that your power lies within, you become unshakable. The world may test you with adversity, disappointment, or chaos, but your inner fortress remains intact. This is the strength that Marcus Aurelius cultivated, and it is available to each of us, if we are willing to look inward and do the work. In a noisy world, we look outward, blaming, complaining, controlling. We are bombarded by distractions, opinions, and demands. It is easy to get swept up in the drama of daily life, to feel powerless in the face of events beyond our control. We search for peace in external circumstances, hoping that if only things would change, we could finally be content. But this outward focus often leads to frustration and anxiety, because the world is rarely as we wish it to be. But Stoicism is an invitation inward. It asks us to turn our attention away from the noise and turmoil of the outside world, and instead, cultivate a sense of calm and purpose within ourselves. Through reflection, mindfulness, and acceptance, we learn to let go of what we cannot control and focus on what we can, our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. In this way, we discover a deep and lasting peace, even when the world outside is anything but peaceful. The journey inward is not always easy, but it is the path to true freedom and strength. You can't stop the storm, but you can become the calm within it. Focus on what you can control. So, your thoughts, your response, your values, these are things you can actually control. Every day, just ask yourself, what's in my power today? That's the Stoic path, you know. It's not just a philosophy, but a way of living. One that calls us to be the calm in the storm, to find stillness even when the world around us is swirling with noise and uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, didn't just talk about these ideas. He lived them, day after day, in the heart of an empire that was often in turmoil. Imagine the weight of leading millions, making decisions that could change the course of history, all while facing personal loss, betrayal, and the constant threat of war. Yet, through it all, Marcus Aurelius found a way to remain composed, thoughtful, and kind. He wrote in his journal, reminding himself, and now us, that we cannot control what happens outside of us, but we can always control how we respond. That's the essence of Stoicism, to accept what we cannot change, to act with courage and wisdom where we can, and to keep our inner peace no matter what storms rage around us. So, when life feels overwhelming, when the noise gets too loud or the pressure too great, remember Marcus Aurelius. If he could stay calm in chaos, well, so can we. We can choose to pause, to breathe, to ground ourselves in the present moment. We can choose to respond with patience and clarity, rather than react with fear or anger. The Stoic path isn't about being emotionless, it's about being anchored, steady, and resilient. It's about being the calm in the storm, for ourselves and for those around us. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom from Mind Lantern.